After the weekend pump, now we have gotten to the top of the channel, and now Bitcoin is kind of retracing, and we have gotten into resistance. We'll be taking, into this video, we'll be taking a look at the charts. We'll be taking a look at Ethereum charts, looking at liquidation levels, looking at the fear and greed index, looking at all the altcoin markets overall, and just looking at a lot of bullish fundamental news and what, of course, our leader Trump is saying about the space and all the bullish sentiments that we have in this space. Let's just jump right into the video that we have for you today, and we'll just start everything looking at first the fundamental before we jump into the charts, which is the meat and potatoes of this video and giving us opportunity to spot amazing trades for us to make money from this trade. But first, let's listen to what Trump said.
We invest in it, but really that was an industry that
bills pass in the next few months?
Well, it's a very funny thing, crypto. So I became a fan of crypto, and to me it's an industry. I view it as an industry, and I'm president. And if we didn't have it, China would, or somebody else would, but most likely China. China would love to. And we've dominated that industry. It's a big industry, by the way. In fact, when the stock market went down recently, crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we invest in. We invest in it, but really that was an industry that wasn't doing particularly well. I got involved with it a couple of years ago, and before the second term, I got involved before I decided to run. I only decided to run because I saw what was happening, and Biden was incompetent, and the administration was crooked and incompetent. And I was in Bitcoin.
Anyways, the point is that Trump is saying Bitcoin is amazing, it's a great thing for the country. Clearly, he's going to be pushing it. And what do we see also happening in long-term holders? They keep stacking Bitcoin, and they keep holding all these Bitcoins in their balances. Also, what is even interesting to us, because we keep looking at the XRP chart, is that the XRP SEC saga is coming to an end. So we should expect all that to flow in bullish in the chart, and we should expect that to see the charts, to start to see the charts. And we'll be looking at the XRP charts shortly, and looking at all the weekly flows in Bitcoin ETFs over the last week. We saw about 2.2 billion in weekly flows, and we're just looking at overall market sentiment and looking at price prediction from Cointelegraph, which is quite interesting. So let's just jump into the meat and potatoes that we have for you today. First, I'll take a look at the Chainlink chart, which is something I've been observing, and I'm keenly interested in this chart because I can't wait for a breakout. I have drawn out a trend line on the daily, and we can see we have levels at $23, $16, and $8 to the downside that I've already spotted. Looking at the RSI, we are at the middle range, which is at around 50. So we just are going sideways for now, but I am keenly waiting for a breakout of this channel. And once we're able to break out from this channel, from this trending channel, I expect a move up to $16. So I'll be keenly looking at Chainlink for a trade there. Let's just jump right into XRP and see what trade is actually showing us there, because XRP is something we are really bullish. We have been bullish for a very long time. We looked at, if you remember my trades from last week, which was in a loss, I entered a short trade on XRP because I was expecting the price to go down. But anyways, it's still something we are looking at for trade, because any breakout on XRP price is always it always moves violently, and we want to be able to capture that price. So I'm just drawing a little bit of trend line to see a little bit of resistance and support lines to see where there are possible zones for that. So right now on the daily chart, I can see right now there's about there's $2 and there's about $2.05 on that. So looking for a trend line that I'm looking for to spot something that is quite evident and quite obvious. We seem to have gone away from this trend line, so I'm looking at that and trying to see that doesn't really work. So this is how actually a lot of traders will look at the chart, and we are able to spot trend lines and spot opportunities that lie in the chart. I go deep into the 4-hourly, and I'm just trying to look for confluence and a lot of signals that the chart is actually telling us, and that is the way we look at it. Right now, it looks kind of boring, to be honest, because it's moving sideways movement. You can see that it has been moving sideways movement since it got into this range, and which we have just been doing that since May, and we have just been choppy sideways, moving downward. We dropped down, and now we are here and we are still sideways. So nothing really interesting on this chart. It will be something we'll still be keeping our eyes on in the near term. Just jumping into the Bitcoin chart, which is the main thing we are here for, and we can see, and what do we see today? We saw that we actually pumped over the weekend and we got stopped out and we faced resistance in directly exactly to what my drawing, it respected the drawing that I already had, which is around our top of 108,700. And now we seem to be getting rejected. We are facing resistance there, and now we are facing a momentarily correction to the downside. So looking at it again from another chart and looking at again also respecting our trend box that we have drawn here at the top of 108,700. So we are moving downwards. We expect maybe a bounce to support of maybe like 107,900. So we should see what that amount. That is just a small trade. So I wouldn't be jumping into a trade on the Bitcoin charts for now. Just to be seen if we maintain that support of 107,900, and if we respect that support, or if we break through that, then I'll be expecting a further pullback to a major support level of around 106,900. Looking at Ethereum chart, you can see also the same thing. We face resistance at our trend line here that I had already drawn at 2,500 levels thereabouts, and now we seem to be struggling. We have faced resistance there. We are struggling to break out from that zone. So everything seems to be struggling after the weekend pump. Let's see what the markets open will do. Although we know that today is going to be a busy week. Federal Chairman Jerome Powell will be speaking on Tuesday. We'll be expecting America will be closed also on Friday because of due to the 4th of July holidays. So a lot of things, but we should be expecting a lot of data inflows, economic data throughout this week that will be fueling the market. Of course, Jerome Powell speaking will also give us the direction of the Federal Reserve, whatever they are going to be doing in terms of interest rates, QE, and the like. So all of this is what we'll be looking at. Looking at the liquidation levels also, you can see there's a lot of longs piling up in Bitcoin, on Bitcoin, also shorts, almost pretty much the same thing. So all of this is just showing us there's a lot of traders and a lot of investors that are interested in longing this chart, or are already even in longs in this market. And this is what we'll be looking at. No trade for now. Nothing sticks out to us. We missed the trade already, and we missed the trade to enter this pump over the weekend, because on Sunday, which was yesterday really, and a lot of people must have missed it because it's over the weekend. A lot of things, the low volume, low liquidity, really volatile environment to trade, because the weekend was kind of boring and choppy market. Nobody wanted to get chopped at. I don't want to get chopped at, but there will be other trades that jump to us in the future, in the near future. So we'll be looking at these markets keenly, looking at trades that pumped out to us. Make sure you follow me, because I will be announcing and indicating to you positions I'll be taking so that we make money from this trade. That's the mission of this channel, to make money from traders, and for you guys to follow me along the journey from zero to Ferrari. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.